Good evening, 49er fans, and welcome to the reasonable, understated post-game show, as opposed to what you're probably hearing across the Bay Area right now, which is a bunch of that you're probably hearing a lot of that. And those people have a point because, I hadn't really considered the point of because I was going to come on and say some other stuff, like kind of like analyze the game and try to talk about why exactly the 49ers lost this one. But I think most people just want to go on the air and go, so you guys don't come to me for that. You come to me for other stuff, which is more of like a measured breakdown of the game. That's what I'm going to give you. I understand that Niner fans are extremely upset with Nick Mullins right now, and it's not Nick's fault. It's my fault. I mean, no undrafted free agent backup quarterback should ever take this much flack. When people say they hate Nick Mullins or that Nick Mullins stinks or that he's not good enough, I mean, we all know that. He's a backup quarterback. When they get all angry about it, it's that they hate me, not Nick, because I'm the one who said, actually, he's not bad. Actually, he's pretty good. So when people say, hey, Nick Mullins isn't good enough, when people get all worked up about it, it's a passive-aggressive way of taking shots at me. And the thing is, I'm so good at my job, and everyone loves me. You guys love me. I love me, and I love you, that people don't feel comfortable taking a straight-up direct shot at me, at least right now. Maybe next week they'll feel comfortable. But right now, you got to go incognito. You got to go stealth. You got to go passive-aggressive, and Nick Mullins is the he lets them do it. They do it through him. Nick, it's my fault. I'm really sorry. People don't hate you. They hate me. That's the way it is. And I backed you. So all I'm saying is I understand the Nick hate. It's really Grant hate, and I'll take it. I will take that. Also, I predicted this. You guys thought the Niners were going to win this game. I said, no, they're going to lose. They're going to find a way to lose. It's going to be a group effort, including the quarterback. He's going to have his hand in it. But after the game, everyone's going to blame the quarterback, who I have basically renamed Goodwill Hunting. He is the janitor of the 49ers. He was hanging around Levi's. He was mopping up one of the corridors, and he saw the game plan on a blackboard and said, actually, I would go here against cover 3, against cover 4. I would check it down here. And he had such a better handle of the X's and O's than the $27 million a year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, that gave him a place on the team. He's Goodwill Hunting. That doesn't mean he's good at football. It just means that he's way better at the X's and O's stuff than Jimmy. And he got on the field. And when he wasn't good enough, everyone's like, who is this janitor on the field? Can we get him off, please? Fair. But when critiquing a multi-billion-dollar organization, I think it's appropriate to go beyond the janitorial level. A janitor is important. Hygiene, cleanliness, it's all good stuff. But I really don't think the master of custodial services is going to make or break what the Niners do next year. Let's look bigger. I'm going to get to Nick Mullins. I know you guys all came here to hear what I have to say about Nick Mullins. And I'm going to talk about Nick Mullins a whole lot. But first, I'm going to talk about Kyle Shanahan's culpability in this loss. We got a couple of questions. Put some respect on CJ Rogers' name. Grant, listen, we love how you criticize players. We don't like how you critique Nick different than everyone else. Okay, Adrian, I hear you guys, and I'm going to critique Nick Mullins in depth. But first, I'm going to save that because I know you want to hear it. Make you wait. First, I want to talk about Kyle Shanahan because, again, we're trying to talk about what's cogent and relevant. That's not Nick Mullins anymore. He was a cool story. His story's over. He's got an elbow injury. We're going to talk about him more. But Kyle Shanahan is the head coach of this team. He's not going anywhere. He's 28-34 as a head coach. 28-34. When they lose the next 2 games, they're going to be 28-36, meaning he's going to be 8 games under 500, 4 years in. For him to get to 500 next year, he'll have to go 12-4 just to get to 500. This is a 4-year trend. You can't keep making excuses for this man and saying, well, injuries for half a decade. Well, backup quarterback. He picked these quarterbacks. The starter, the backup, the third string guy, the offensive line. This is his creation. This is what he wanted. And he's culpable in this loss today. It's really easy to say quarterback lost the game. But again, that takes zero football acumen to say that. Let's do some real analysis. I know you guys like me for a lot of reasons, and one of them is how, I make fun of myself and how I can be snarky and stuff. But I think the main reason you guys like me is that's like the sprinkles on top. I actually provide analysis, and it's pretty good. So let's give it a shot. All right, Kyle Shanahan, you're going to be here next year. We gotta actually critique you. Are you doing your job correctly? I always consider him the best play designer in the world. I say he's the best. I say he's not the greatest play caller all the time, not the best game manager, not the best quarterback developer, but designing plays, there's no one better. Well, today, I can't say that because both picks were the same problem. I'll explain, and then Jack Hammer and I will go through it in the All-22 coaches film later in the week and show it to you in case you don't think I'm telling the truth. First play, the throw is 3rd and 6. Mullins is throwing to Jordan Reed, running a corner route, and he's open. He beats his man. But there's a safety lurking who intercepts the pass. You say, well, Nick Mullins should have seen that and not thrown the ball. Sure. The best case scenario on that play should have been a sack, I guess. Don't throw the ball, take the sack. So yeah, let's critique Goodwill Hunting for not taking the sack on that play and following the design of the play. Or let's critique the play designer, the guy who's supposed to be the best play designer in the world. What I couldn't help but notice was there's a safety sitting right there covering no one, which allows him to sit in one spot, read Nick Mullins' eyes, and break early on the pass, which was, as Kyle Shanahan admitted, thrown to the right spot. The read was correct. The design of the play was not ideal. All Shanahan had to do was send a wide receiver at that safety. Send a wide receiver deep. The safety has to cover someone instead of not covering anyone. And then he can't intercept that pass. Easy. That's why they have clear out routes. That's what clear out routes are for. So sure, Nick Mullins, you could have been a superstar there, seen the error in Kyle Shanahan's play design, tucked the ball down, made 3 guys miss in the pocket, scramble around, throw downfield, and been great. That's what Josh Allen would have done. What is your problem for not being Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes? I'm tired of all this terrible quarterback play. Nick, you need to be way better. I need you to play like Josh Allen right now. Or I've lost patience. Or you just design the play correctly and send a clear out route at the safety so we can't do that. Okay, so that's the first pick. And that only cost the Niners 3 points. The second pick, Shanahan wouldn't take responsibility for that one. He says that one's on Nick. Same thing though. First of all, the way I remember it was an RPO. You can correct me if I'm wrong. He's reading the conflicted defender, which is a linebacker underneath. Ayuk on a slant, reads the play correctly. The conflicted defender plays the run. Mullins pulls the ball away from the running back, throws to Ayuk, who's open, correct read. But again, safety, backside of the play, covering no one, not being occupied by a receiver running any type of route, jumps the route, interception. To me, the way I understand how RPOs are taught, coached, ran, the quarterback is reading one player, the conflicted defender, the linebacker. If he plays the run, you throw. If he plays the throw, you hand off. Nick Mullins read the play correctly. He's not reading the backside safety. That's not how RPOs are taught, executed, none of it. That backside safety needs to be occupied by the design of the play. Kyle, you're better than that. So is this going to carry over to next season, or are these just 2 bad play designs? Probably just 2 bad play designs. Kyle's really good. I would expect better from him. But what people do is the Niners lose a game and they think, well, Kyle is good. So I'm not going to criticize him at all, even though these 2 plays were not his best. And Nick is bad. So I'm going to blame him 100% for this loss, even though there's nuance and the blame is shared. I'm not taking the blame away from Nick. He really shouldn't have thrown those passes, I guess. But also, Kyle, occupy the safety. Didn't your dad teach you that? Your dad taught you that. That's like me, like not using, punctuation in my writing and just using run-on sentences. Like my dad taught me better than that. My mom taught me better than that. I got 2 writers in the family. I'm sure your mom knows how to occupy the safety better than that. Come on. You guys have both been around Mike Shanahan your whole, come on. So that is Kyle Shanahan's culpability. And then one more thing. On that second pick, beyond the design of the play, and it's nitpicking critiquing his play designs because he's usually great at play designs. The play call, passing on 2nd and 9 with 2:30 left at midfield. Why? Why, Kyle? What about Nick Mullen's performance in this game made you confident about throwing on 2nd and 9 in that situation? What about the offensive line's performance in this game made you confident to throw the ball over the line of scrimmage in that situation? I know I'm asking you to be conservative to the max, and that's not your DNA. You want to be aggressive and show that you're smart. And running on 2nd and 9 just doesn't do it for you, especially when you ran on 1st and 10 and gained only 1 yard. But dude, how can you put that on the backup quarterback who had just done the same thing? You thought he was going to do something different? Why? Can't you take the game out of Nick Mullen's hands? Once this season, you're down 3. You're like 15 yards away from field goal range. Run on 2nd and 9. What's the worst that's going to happen? Not a fumble. Not a turnover. Run on 2nd and 9. You could get to 3rd and 6. You could get to 3rd and 4. You're just trying to get 15 yards. Don't lose it on 2nd and 9. If running up the middle is too conservative, throw a screen. There are so many ways, so many plays you can call that don't involve your backup quarterback throwing the ball past the line of scrimmage. You didn't even trust your starter to throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. Jimmy, you had 8,000 ways to get him to get the ball out of his hands to someone behind the line of scrimmage. Where was that on 2nd and 9? And that's the thing with Kyle. He'll be doing everything right. The up-tempo stuff he called in this game, brilliant. He'll do everything right. And then when the pressure's on, at the end of the game, he'll call one pass in a situation where he should have called a run, lose. And then he'll have an army of people being, it's not his fault. You can't blame him. He's so good. Yeah, he is so good. He made a mistake. He's like a chess player who moved his piece to the wrong square one time in a game. Still a mistake. Still shouldn't have made that move. Sorry. Bishop to F6 was a mistake. Sorry, Kyle. Do better next time.